Completing this book was a dream come true. I've been journaling about my struggles with this process for at least 3 years. I didn't think I was a good enough writer. I never thought that I could actually carve out time. Then COVID-19 hit, and time was all I had. I wrote the book to document the values and ideas that I believe in and live by. The ideas around marrying entrepreneurship and social impact as both something that's good to do for business, but also just a moral imperative. I also wrote it because it was more of a call to action for both aspiring and existing entrepreneurs, innovators, game changers, movers and shakers, to think big and to pull the trigger on game-changing ideas, but to do it with the greater good in mind.
Deeper. If you survive and can see through the pain, it gets deeper. If you can shine through the guilt and the shame, it gets deeper. It only takes one moment to change. You might be hurting, but you still ain't helpless. And the revelation carries way more than the message. It's more to that lineup, it's the mind behind, son. Over your mind, you realize.
Yeah. You might be hurting, but you're not helpless. But you're not helpless. Keep it in the cut.
Help is on the way.
Yes.
Peace is nice, please. It's like Chinese diets on peas and rice. Righteous, you see my sight whenever I...
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy snow day. Right now, it's snowing outside. It's your boy, Mr. Halftime in the building. This is the episode 4 we got coming to you live. My name, you already know, your host, Mr. Halftime, and my co-host is my man. Yeah. Listen, y'all, we in the building right now. I know it's a snowy, chilly day outside, and you guys are cozy, chilling in the house under that fireplace. But guess what? We got some heat for you right now. We can warm you up.
Yes,
we got my man. I'm super excited. We got my man, Jonathan Quarles. He's known by JQ, man. I'm trying to tell you, look, we bringing that heat, man. It's deeper than a cut. We talking about this episode, the playbook for the game changers, man. The Jonathan Quarles episode, JQ, making dollars. Wow, making change, not dollar change. You know what I'm saying? But making change within yourself. You feel me?
You gotta make it make sense.
You gotta make it make sense for us. You know what I mean? Like, we here in the building, man. And I just want to kick it off, man. Look, wait. Let me slow down for a minute because I'm so excited. I got stuff going on in my mind. What was y'all? Did anybody watch football? Was I the only person watching football?
It was a good game yesterday. Yeah.
Oh,
JQ,
man.
what was your favorite game, man? What was the game that you enjoyed the most?
I like that. I like the Chiefs game because I mean that would.
Man.
You had to wait till the end.
That was epic.
Yeah, that was good.
That was an epic episode.
But it was good to see Matt Stafford advance.
Oh. See, if I had to pick a side, I don't want him to win. He didn't win for me here. I'm 44, man, from Detroit, man. We ain't win nothing.
Yeah, man. We got to make some changes.
I'm
gonna be 100% with you, JQ.
Yeah.
People want to see Matt Stafford win, and I can't even lie. He did his thing yesterday.
I'm
not a Matt Stafford supporter. He made big plays and big moments.
Big moments.
He said that's what he went to LA for, and he proved it out yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah,
but I tell you this, he did it yesterday, but I still ain't got no trust.
I ain't got no trust. Hey, Smitty, we together. We on the same page, brother. Same book, same
I hope
page.
he lose.
I hope he lose, man. You know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of money, man. I've spent a lot of money on memorabilia. Ain't got no return, man.
Nah,
not at all.
But it was a good weekend and all, man. All the games were great. They came down to field goals. That Chiefs game in the fourth quarter, man, I think they scored like 25 points in like 2 minutes, man. That was like, it was remarkable. It was unbelievable. And the Chiefs did come up winning, so that was my squad. I kind of going for Chiefs.
Yeah, I was too.
Pat Mahoney.
The homeboy.
My homeboy.
My homeboy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So the weekend was great from a sports standpoint. Even though my Lakers ain't doing nothing, but you know,
man, please, I'm hurting, man. Don't smash the Band-Aid.
Well, you know,
still sore.
Well, we can talk about the Lakers up here. I don't know. I don't know about the barbershop sometimes. We had
they be hating,
LeBron haters,
man.
They
be hating, man. They be hating on old Bill. My God,
Billy go.
He's still putting 30 plus up every night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, while we get ready to do what Russell Westbrook do best, we're gonna turn this over to Hobson so he can do the
You say I ain't play me. I gotta be Russell Westbrook.
No, you ain't Russell. I'm saying we're gonna turn it over to you. So we
listen, man. Listen.
Over, right.
I just when you say Russell Westbrook and put my name in it, man, it's a problem. I get defensive, but no. Look, man, we gonna go away. We be right back, man. We just gotta pay some bills. We got our sponsorship coming up right now. We be back.
It's Smitty from Deeper Than the Cut, and we're prepared to launch your business and advertise it on our platform. I'm telling you, it will be a great opportunity to grow your business. If you want to take advantage of that, if you go to deeperthanthecut.com, you'll leave a comment. We'll be sure to get back with you with the different packages that we have. But Deeper Than the Cut is the place that you want to advertise your business.
Yeah, we back, y'all. We had to pay some bills, but guess what? We got an awesome show, as you already heard. We got my man Jonathan Quarles in the building. You know what I'm saying? He's an author, man. He's an entrepreneur. He's a serial slasher. My God, JQ, what's up?
What's happening?
What's up, man?
I'm happy to be in here. This energy is amazing for this soon-to-be nationally syndicated podcast.
Speak it.
Thank y'all.
Manifestation.
We receive it and Deeper Than the Cut. We receive it.
We
I'm
receive
telling
it
you
together,
right now.
Smitty. We
Yes,
together,
sir.
baby.
100%.
Yes, sir.
Man.
JQ, man, you know, we've become in relationship besides just coming to the barbershop. I think you've been coming there probably around about 5 years or so.
Yep.
And we've developed a relationship, man, that has been pretty cool. And we love it, you know what I'm saying, to see you coming. You come in with your girls and everything, and things are setting alignment for you, man. And we just praying, of course, the blessings of God on you and all that you do. But there are a few things that you do. I mean, this guy does so much, y'all. I'm telling y'all.
How much time we got, Smitty? How much time we got?
I'm telling y'all, he got some nuggets he about to drop today. I'm telling you, man. And I just want to give opportunity for JQ to really just explain to our listeners from a standpoint of, from all the things that you do, having to juggle time and having to manage time and the importance of making sure that you get everything done within a certain criteria of time, because time is most important. And one of the aspects I know that go into it is rest. Man. Because I tell people rest is a weapon. But what is some of the nuggets that you would give our listeners about the importance of time management and how to put your time together to get everything done that you do?
Well, I'll say this. I'd much rather you waste my money than waste my time.
Ooh, come on, man.
Yeah.
And so time is the most important thing because we can never get it back.
That's right.
100%.
And especially for those of us who got families and other obligations and other businesses, it's so important to make sure that you're only one person, and rest is important. But more importantly, like being able to actually manage your time properly. And the thing is this, we only have a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
Right. Because again, I'm gonna get my 8 hours of sleep. Oh man, I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep. Because we in this forever. We're not trying to be the hot white space. We want to do this forever. And the way we do it is we take care of our bodies, our minds, our souls, our spirits, and making sure we control our space, the people that's around us. But with all that being said, everybody don't deserve your time.
Yeah.
So
that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
I think you might need to say that one more
That's
time.
a privilege, man.
Yeah,
Your time is a privilege.
Yes.
It's a privilege.
When you think about it, time is so important, because if you go too fast or you move out of timing or you move in a space that you thought it was time to do X, Y, and Z, it can land you in a place that wasn't prepared for you to be there yet, right? And so when you realize what you need to do in a certain time and certain place, what is the management part of it? How do you manage that? Which, you know, you going from being a serial entrepreneur, you helping, you got a foundation, you're an angel investor. He gonna tell us what that angel investor is, y'all. He's an investor.
You gotta tell us.
He has his own water company. I mean, you know, you're an author. You do so many things. Yeah. How do you manage the time? Like, how do you set and put things into proper placement so that everything is done?
Yeah.
Right.
The biggest thing is that you have to be intentional. right?
Yeah.
You have to know every morning, every night before you go to sleep. And I have like a routine that I do. I'm really big on habits. And I read this book years ago called Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And one of the things it talks about is doing small things every day consistently. If you can continuously do that, you'll see a change in your behavior. You'll see a change in your productivity. So every morning when I wake up, I get out the bed. I thank God for another day. I do my meditation. I do some reading. I write in my journal a little bit. And then I sit and just think of 3 things that I want to accomplish.
Intentional, yeah.
Yeah. 3 things. I don't need to do 10.
Right.
3 things I can't go to sleep until I finish.
Right.
And then also
That's big, man.
Yeah, and then so that's kind of like the habit that I have. And then I also review at the end of the day. I do my reflections, and I always tell people that you can control. There's only 2 times a day you can actually control. It's the beginning of your day and the end of your day.
Yeah.
Everything in the middle you really can't control.
Yes, come on, man.
And so you're reacting sometimes.
Sure.
But for me, that's why I don't take that lightly. I get up at 5 o'clock every morning because that's the only time I can. Because my girls, by the time they get up and I get them to school, it's crazy.
They move.
But I control my mind. I tell myself this is what's going to happen today. And there's no compromise. This is what's going to happen. The 3 things that's going to happen. This is what I'm grateful for. And then at the end of the day, I reflect and say, did I do what I said I was going to do? Because I hold myself. You got to hold yourself accountable.
Right.
But that's the thing, being intentional, holding yourself accountable, and you got to be focused. You got to know what it is. Why are you waking up? There's people that wake up so often that are. I say there's people that are alive but not living.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
I like it.
That's true.
Alive but not living.
I'm taking notes.
Right? You see a lot of people walking around dead. I mean, you're just like, man, you wasting air.
Jeez. Man.
Go back to sleep.
That's
Man.
so true, man.
So when you
That's
get up, you gotta get up like the gazelle, you know what I'm saying, and just start running.
Just start running.
Absolutely.
And so
I love that, man. I love that. Before we Russell Westbrook it over to Hobson, over to halftime, before we
Do
turn it
that.
over
He
to
do
him,
that.
I just want to say this is what you said. It kind of sparked something in me that I heard TD Jake say a while ago.
Mhm.
He said, people ask me, how do I manage my time with so many things that I have on my plate?
Mhm.
And he said that, what I do is I make sure I do something every day.
Mhm.
And I know something may lack one day, but I just can't let it be the same thing 2 days in a row.
Yep.
Right. So I know I got 10 things on my plate that
That's
I want to
heavy.
get done.
Mhm.
But today I might let the 10th thing lack, but them other ones I gotta hit.
Mhm.
Something gonna lack and something
Sure.
not gonna get as much attention.
Yeah.
But I can't let it be the same thing every day.
And it's about managing. Like
That's
I
good.
really honestly
That's
don't
good right
believe in
there.
balance. Oh, no, I'm taking it back. In life, I think it's really hard to do balance. I think it's just managing. But and to the point that what TD Jakes was saying is that there's some days where you're going to spend more time work than with your family.
Yep.
But you want to make sure that when all things said and done,
That's right.
that it balances
It
out.
equals out.
That's right.
Right. And particularly with our family, because that's so important. Like all the stuff that we do, it's not just about ourselves, but it's about like our family and hopefully creating
sure.
a legacy. And the way we do it is the way they see it. Like we teach by them seeing,
That's
not
right.
by what we just say.
That's right.
So
Yes. And so for me, like I agree with that. You like, first of all, I wish I could get to 8 hours of sleep. Tap back into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because but that's powerful what you said though. That 8 hours, your rest is necessary. And for me, I'll be honest with you, I find myself I work better when I rest.
Mhm.
I work better, but there are times, would you agree? There are times that sometimes you have to sacrifice that sleep though to get where you need to be, because I do know that the average person, they sleep a quarter of the day away. 8 hours.
Yep.
That's a quarter of 24.
Right.
But that's not the problem. But it could be
yeah.
a problem if you're not accomplishing and attaining success.
No question. Yeah.
So I'm my mindset, little while, I'm gonna get my rest, but at the same time, if I'm not accomplishing my goals, then I gotta sacrifice a little sleep, whether it be get up a little earlier, going to bed a little bit later to get it done. Right.
Yep.
Once I get there, then I can say, woosah.
Yeah.
Woosah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can kind of let my feet down and put my feet up and kind of lay my body down and rest. But success though, when you said something to me as legacy.
Yeah.
That means everything. How you get up in the morning. So when you get up that early, what's the motor though? Like what drives you? Like is because I know for a fact, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna turn it over to you. You mind if I call you Flintstone?
You call
Flintstone. I know y'all don't know him. We're gonna personalize this thing. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? But this is my man Flintstone. But we have these talks all the time, and what's necessary to be successful. But for me, like I know what it takes. Like I know I have to eat healthy. Right, my diet is big. When you talk about legacy, being around the children, that's not just for now. That's for forever.
Yep.
In order for your name to continue, then that means your health, because what is time? What is money when your health is compromised?
Mhm.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
What is that? Like, some people retire from working 30 years for a corporation, and then as soon as they retire, they can't even enjoy, right, their pension, their 401k.
Mhm.
Like, what does that mean to you? Health.
Yeah.
Speak to the people about health.
Well, I say this. I always, and I didn't make this up, but I probably heard it in church growing up. But like this idea of the gravestone, right? So you have a date
Okay.
of birth,
Okay.
the date of transition, and you
Okay.
have that dash in the middle.
Okay.
And for me, that dash is the most important thing, because that dash represents a life that's lived for a cause and not just because.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Good.
Right?
Come on.
For a cause and not be cause. And so for me, I always look at it from the standpoint of like the reason why time management, health and wellness is important, focus and discipline are important, is because I realize that I have a short amount of time on earth. I'm here on earth. I'm like Dr. King said, I'm paying rent right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
And
Come
so,
on.
at the end of the day, when God looks back and say, son, did you do what I tell you to do? I gifted you with certain things that you actually
Sure.
utilize your gifts and talents, as we talk about
Right.
in the Bible with
Sure.
the parable of the
Absolutely.
talents, or
Right.
did you squander it away? And
Oh, man.
I'm afraid of that. That's the thing that I fear the
I
most.
know you're
I
right.
don't ever want to get to the
Yes.
judgment day and then I'm like, son, job not well done. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying?
Wow.
And so to me, living a life every day on purpose, intentionally, and
Yeah.
for a cause,
Yeah.
not just because,
Yes.
being entrepreneurs that make dollars while making change.
While making
Yeah.
change.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what it's about.
So man, that's huge, man. So like I have never quoted Kobe Bryant, but that's my guy. I appreciate everything he's done in his career.
Mhm.
And I just recently heard a quote. He was doing an interview, and the interviewer, the moderator asked him and said, why haven't we ever seen you on vacations in front of the fine dining on the beaches with the palm trees or whatever? And he said something. He said, first, he take care of himself, and it takes time to do so. And the common denominator was that he never wanted, when it's all said and done, he never wanted to be viewed and to be talked about as if he didn't do enough. He wanted his name to be remembered, that he always going to work hard.
Yeah.
Always put that time in. And
Yeah.
so he sacrificed those vacations. He sacrificed going on trip, hanging out with the fellas and stuff like that, to work on his game, to work on his health, so he can give himself longevity, that legacy, right?
Yeah.
Now his daughters are following the same exact thing, because they're a witness. They was a product of that good health and that wellness, right?
Yeah.
So that I just wanted to bring that up, man. That's big. That's big.
And it almost speaks to to the idea of deeper than a cut, right?
Sure.
For him, it's like he's deeper than just a basketball player.
Yeah.
Like his
sure.
lifestyle, he
Yeah.
possessed that. I mean, so when you see him as a good basketball player, like Drake said, you ain't see him when he was shooting in the gym,
Sure.
right?
Yes.
But he lived his life every day. It became a lifestyle, and you could just see he had crazy discipline, crazy
Oh,
focus,
man.
because life, again, we rest in heaven, but like.
Yes, sir.
I remember the day that he passed away. I was actually doing a documentary on my parents at the time in my house, and I got an alert on my phone, and that just really hurt, because I know Kobe is always, to me, he's one of my favorite basketball players.
Sure.
But realizing that we have a short amount of time, tomorrow was never promised, and you got to make it count.
Gotta make it.
We can't just be up waking up without purpose and without intent. We have to make every single second count, because this next second that we're breathing right now is not promised.
It's not promised. So basically, what you're saying, we just have right now.
We have right now.
We got right now.
We got right now.
So what you're saying is, yesterday is history.
Yesterday,
And tomorrow it's only a mystery.
only a
All we
mystery.
got is right now. Hey, Smitty, what you think about that, man? What you think, Smitty?
Man, it's crazy. That's a quintessential example of making sure that you make every moment count in your life, because nobody thought Kobe would be gone at this point in time in their life, but he's remembered for his hard work, his dedication, and being able to put into his craft, and you see the results of it. You see the manifestations of it, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of hard work and seeing manifestations of things, we know that you're from Flint. From Flint.
Flint
stand up.
Flintstone.
Stand up, baby.
Flint
From
Stone.
And you did something that was so admirable, man, that you saw a need. You did what entrepreneurs do on a day-to-day basis when they see needs and things that need to be done, that they can not just capitalize on, but be a part of change, right? And you started a water company, man.
Come on with that, Smitty.
Hey, man, listen,
Come on,
man.
Talk about
Being
it.
from Flint, and I don't know, it went all around the world, man, but Flint had a water issue where, the water was filled with lead, and children were being affected, and grown-ups, everybody in Flint was being affected by this water issue. And you saw a need for something that could be done to help. And you started a water company, and the water company is called Quarles Water Source, man. And I'm talking about, you thinking maybe I go drop, everybody else was dropping off water. You were making water. You were putting water into a source and making it by way of natural resources.
Sure. Yeah.
And just talk to us about the mindset behind it, and even a thought, because when you think about it, you like, I can give them some water, or I can make them some water.
Yes.
And to have that mindset, speak to us about what was your mindset going into that.
So I'll say this. To me, how I define an entrepreneur is someone who basically solves problems. And so for me, growing up in Flint, I'm so grateful for my upbringing. I'm so grateful for all that Flint has taught me, the good, the bad, the ugly, because it taught me grit.
Yes, sir.
It taught me hustle.
Come on, man.
It taught me how to overcome challenges and survive as a man. And so that's something that a lot of people don't get a chance to experience. But I mean, one of the things that I realized is that I didn't want to just put a Band-Aid on a bigger problem, because I know I have family members and friends that were affected by this water crisis. Yeah, right. Sure. And honestly, I didn't have any interest in doing anything in water. I mean, water is not a sexy business to be involved in. And there's not a lot of Black people doing water specifically. And so I was able to learn more about different technologies called like atmospheric water generation. And so with that, we were able to deploy some of those things in communities and be able to expose other communities that are in need of water. So essentially, atmospheric water generation is taking water out of the air, going through a wonderful distillment process, and then mineralize at the end.
Hold up. Come on. Because me too, man. Me too. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna turn it over to you, T. I have time. But hold on. Taking water out the air.
Come on, talk about that.
Kind of give us a little bit of a glimpse of what that looks like, and what do you have to set up to get that done? Because that means you can make water for forever if you can just pull out the air.
Pretty much. I mean, what most people don't understand is that there's an abundance, right? There's more air. There's more condensation that you can extract water in the air than there is any water, any oceans, lakes, all put together in the world.
I can believe it.
So it's an abundance. It's not like we're going to run out of air anytime soon. Right.
Pray to God. Look.
Yeah. Pray that we don't. But I mean, it'll take thousands of years to get to that point. But what we're able to do is almost like a dehumidifier, but it's a way more sophisticated dehumidifier, right? It's not as simple as that, but it's technology. And there's all kinds of forms of atmospheric water generation. Some that are powered by solar, some that's like you can plug in. So again, these tools are used for communities, whether it's Flint or it's villages in Africa, places where they don't have energy or they don't have access to clean water, whether it's drinking or just bathing.
My God.
And so, able to make scalable industrial water, which was something that became my life mission. So that's, no matter what, for me, I started it with the idea of not necessarily trying to start a business, but to be able to get a solution to Flint. And then I realized that this is something that's happened all over the world, in the United States.
Huge impact.
Hold on, let's say the United States.
Huge impact.
So it's not just third world countries. And it's going to be, water is going to be the single most important issue in the next 10 to 20 years. And so we got to get ahead of it and making sure that our communities are safe. And so
sure, man, that's awesome, man.
That's big. That's big.
Awesome.
I mean, for me, it's I know we make it look good. We sit here, we entrepreneurs, we all can relate. Smitty, I know we can relate. Flintstone, we can relate.
Yeah.
And we make it look easy though, because you found that thing, that motor,
your niche,
that niche that's going to carry. So because some people have big dreams, but what's fueling that dream? Always ask that question to young entrepreneurs that really don't know what it takes for real. It takes a lot of believing in yourself.
No question.
You know what I mean? When you ask for help, when you go to these banking institutions or what have you, these lenders, they tell you no a lot.
Yep.
And so, but you have that grit, that grind, that we make it look easy, man. So, but it takes, so what I want to get to, it's that one thing that you talk about, that discipline, because I know what it takes every single day, how to go and just to make that motor move so that I can get it done. People call me crazy. People call me all kind of stuff. It's like, man, I would never do what you're doing. And I say in rebuttal that, I would say, well, that's why you where you are. You know what I mean? And I'm where I am. It might not, hey, what I'm doing may not work for you, but I have to discipline myself to understand, like, in order to get to that next level, it's going to take a different type of engine, a different type of motor. You know what I mean? Like you want an uphill battle, the focus is not going to get it. You might need a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
You might need an H2 Hummer or
Yeah.
something. The mindset. Speak to us from the discipline part of being an entrepreneur.
So I'll say this, like at a very young age, I realized the importance of hearing and accepting no. And so to me, like how
It's important.
So
Smitty.
yeah, no and failing.
Sure.
And I think those are the most important things. And we talked about this earlier, Smitty,
Yeah.
like if you're an entrepreneur and you ain't never failed, you ain't no real entrepreneur.
You ain't did nothing.
Like you out here playing games, or you're not, your dream is not big enough, or you're not working hard enough, or you got like a, something that anybody can do.
Absolutely.
And so I learned at a young age, I had a paper route when I was, I think I was like 6 or 7. And in the paper route, again, I got used to people saying no. I had to go knock on everybody's door, right? And say, do you want to renew your subscription and things like that. So I got a lot of no's. Like, no.
Hold on. Before you go any further, man. Hold on.
Come on.
We talking about a newspaper route. We know this is taking me back a little bit.
It going all the way back.
Asking people to get a subscription to the newspaper route. I remember them days.
Man.
On the ride in the back of that car.
It's the pay
Got your little pad and all that stuff.
You got to get up and roll the newspaper in the morning.
Man.
Yes, sir.
That's the hustle.
That was the hustle.
Real quick, what was the pay for that? What was the pay scale for that at that time?
It was
Paper route.
it probably, so I had the largest, I kept growing. So I learned systems, right? So I realized that I didn't like waking up early in the morning when I was younger. So I would like hire younger people that wanted to make some extra money. And so I started hiring folks, and so they did that. And I was just in charge of making sure we re-up everybody when there's an issue.
So wait, how old? See you?
I was like 6, 7, 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
always been, my dad told me, he was like, you're not going to work for anyone. Like I did, in the purpose of me actually working. I did a stint in corporate. I've done a stint in government. And I did that really almost kind of like my post MBA. So I got an MBA, right, from college. So I got the formal stuff. A lot of that stuff I don't really actually use, but my real life experience is just in living. And actually I had a janitorial business. I used to clean up barbershops when I was in high school.
Wow.
So I had t-shirt companies. I had all kinds of different, I was selling candy from Sam's. I would get, flipping candy. But I always love to see money grow. And because we come from very, very low income, very modest income family. Like we weren't rich at all. I saved all my money. Yeah. I never spent it. I had love at home, and that's all I needed. But
that takes discipline.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
To say.
Go back to your story, man. That paper route just kind of took me back a little bit. I remember getting on them paper routes. The discipline of an entrepreneur.
The discipline of hearing no, man. I think hearing no and actually failing often.
Yeah.
Right. Because again, when you fail, to me, my greatest lessons is failing.
Yeah.
Is when I fail.
Absolutely.
Now, if you don't learn a lesson, then shame on you. That means you shouldn't have failed. Like you need to stop failing. You need to just be safe and just try to keep it very conservative. But like in all my failures, and I'm talking about financial failures, I'm talking about business failures, and all of those things that made me smarter, better. And I'm not going to repeat those things. So that to me is valuable. It's like Jay-Z said, it was a valuable lesson for me. So it evens it up. So in the end, it's a win-win.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So I know we just keep your thought real quick, but I mentioned on one of our previous episodes about Warren Buffett.
Yep.
He spoke the same way about failing. There's a benefit in failing.
No question.
There's opportunity in failing because you learn something. And Warren Buffett, he will not invest a single dollar in your company because you also do startup companies. We haven't even talked about that. So, but I'm just saying, but for Warren Buffett, a billionaire, one of the richest men in the world, says that he invests in small companies, but he won't invest in small companies unless they failed already previously multiple times. Talk that part.
So I'm an angel investor. For those who don't know, angel investors anyone can be an angel investor, right? Well, not anyone, because there is, if you want to be certified angel investor, you have to have a certain amount of money liquid to show.
Speak to us.
Which is, I think it's like 200, 250. You can show that can be liquid. But you can still be an uncertified angel. And so I started as uncertified. So I helped out a friend who actually had an idea. I was helping him with his business plan. And essentially an angel investor is a person that's like a one-time strategic investor.
Sure.
So it can range from $5,000 to $100,000, but it's like not $1 million that you're writing a check for.
Right.
And you can do multiple. So I have a portfolio of companies that I've invested in. One in which I had a wonderful exit, which means they hit the number, or they actually got bought by Amazon. And so with that, I was able to had a 10x return.
Wow.
On my investment. But I also lost 6 figures.
Right.
In the same company that I started, I lost 6 figures.
Right.
And this was in my early 20s, actually late 20s. And I lost 6 figures, which I still to this day still like hurts. And part of it was because I didn't do proper due diligence. Like I thought I knew the business, But I didn't understand. I didn't invest on the front end on proper lawyers for contracts.
Right.
And so there's a lot of things you need to do on the front end. I mean, I'm actually I can't really talk about that because we're still in courts right now. But but at some point we'll talk about that. Just the lessons that I learned in actually suing a multi-million-dollar company. That was a so we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Man, that is amazing, man. I'm telling y'all, we got a heavy hitter in the building. This is not somebody we just playing around with. This is somebody that knows the ins and outs of entrepreneurship, and he's dropping nuggets really just to give you the playbook behind the scenes and to speak about the playbook that he has. He has a book, man. He's also an author, man. I'm telling you, this going about Jonathan Quarles, man, this is boundless, man. It's like, and it's the kind of person that I like to be around. Yes. People that don't settle. Sure. You know, entrepreneurs don't have a mindset of saying, you know what, all right, I'm in a good place. I'm comfortable. I'm straight. I don't need no more. That's right. See, there's always a level of growth. And it came a time when the whole world stood still and nobody could move and do nothing. And it came where people just stood still, and there were some people that did a pivot, right? So if you're in the midst of a business and it had to stop, as an entrepreneur, you're trying to find out, because you're always trying to find out where's the issue and where can I find the solution for it, right? Sure. And so I've talked to him on several occasions about, and we've even bought the book. I've read the book, just going over it with them because it's so interesting. But during the pandemic, when we were shut down in 2020, you literally began to write a book about being able to make change of whatever situation may be in front of a person, but you can make money while doing it, right? And so there's a reason. And what was the drive and the reason behind it, or the purpose behind it? Because we want to do good for people and want to help people, but at the same time, we want to be able to survive and take care of our family, because we got to make some money off of it. So what was the reason? And speak to the time that you had to do what you need to do during that pandemic, man. In the midst of everything that was going on.
I tell you, and we talked about this, it was a gift and a curse, the pandemic, right? For entrepreneurs, it was definitely a gift, or people that had entrepreneurial mindset. You didn't have to have a business prior to, but it was a good opportunity to. So if you don't have multiple streams right now because through the pandemic, then shame on you, because you had nothing but time. You were spending too much time on Netflix, too much time on Instagram, TikTok, and all those things. Yeah. And so, but then also was a curse, because there was, people that lost their lives, which is, I want to make sure we really just rest in peace, all the people who lost a loved one. And so, our prayers goes up for you, the strength and peace. But yeah, so I always wanted to write a book. I always had doubts about, because I was never a strong writer. Like I was, I'm more of like a math science guy. Right. And so I didn't believe that I can actually write a book that someone would want to read. But I know as a kid, I was like, I just want to be an author, but I want to write about something that I think is substantive. And so making dollars while making change is the intersection between social impact and entrepreneurship. And so the first half of it is like a memoir where it talks about my formal years, which got me to where I am in my mindset and why I have the kind of grit that I have now, because coming from nothing is, for me, I'm not scared to lose it all, because I came from nothing. Right. So I know how to survive with nothing. Yes, and so everything else right now is a surplus, So I wrote in the book about best practices that I learned when I worked in local government at the highest level as a senior advisor to a mayor. Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, I say that's one of my good brothers, and I love him.
Kwame Kilpatrick.
And then also working for a few multi-billion-dollar companies as a senior executive, one of the youngest senior executives. So I had opportunity to work in nonprofit space with Tavis Smiley. Some of y'all, So Tavis kind of gave me my start, man. And Tavis, I love that brother. Shout out to Tavis, and shout out to Kwame. Kwame Kilpatrick. And so the book I wrote about best practices and things like that for people that, like I said, are entrepreneurially minded, may have a business. I don't care if you 15, 12, or even 60 or 70, right? Yeah. It's never too late to start to move forward and to have these streams, not just dreams, but streams of income. That's and huge. So, the Bible talked about, David had multiple streams. David had 7 streams. And my thing is I want to have at least 7 streams because, and have fun with y'all while I'm still making money. That's right. That's right. So that I can make change. And so, we'll talk about the foundation later, but
part 2. I told you it's too much for him, man. He loaded. We got a loaded guy.
Professional slasher. Don't dot me.
Professional.
Slash.
Don't put a period.
Slash me.
Give me a comma. Give me a slash. It keeps going. It keeps going.
The serial entrepreneur. I'm telling y'all, we're gonna break again for our sponsors. We're gonna take another break so we can pay our bills.
This is Motor City, and being from Motor City all my life, I felt like it's the perfect opportunity to bring out a product that has the identity of what Detroit is made of. It's quality. So this product, Swirl Curl, is all natural with 70% organic content. Reason being is because there's so many unnatural products on the market for barbers. This product, Swirl Curl, it starts off as a 3-piece kit, which number one is the Swirl Curl Beard and Facial Wash. This wash is so wonderful. Women actually are showing so much energy behind this product. The wash is simply to remove all of the dirt and all of the debris from beneath the skin surface and out of the hair. Now you implement the beard oil, which is of course we use the oil as the nutrition. That is the protein that you deposit into the hair after you've washed off all of last week's, all of yesterday's dirt debris. Then you use the beard balm. It's a conditioner, it is a protector, it makes the skin soft, it makes the hair smooth, and this kit is just phenomenal. Yo, we back, y'all, we back. And again, if you missed the first part, listen, we got my man Jonathan Quarles in the building. It's deeper than the cut, it's always deeper than the surface. Man, he was just discussing. If you missed it, man, you got to go and watch it, tap into us, because we talked about the water, having its own water, quartz water source. But you know what? This book, making dollars while making change, right? But what I want to talk about right now is the mind behind the whole plan, man. Let's talk about, let's do this. Let's talk about the diverse circle, Q. I understand, like, with the people that's around you, right?
Yeah.
Have great influence and great impact on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are who are you, the people you're around.
No
you're
question.
product of your environment. And we talked about Moses, we talked about David, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is this, I want to understand something like, how were you able to grow with by yourself? Like, do you have a background? Do you have a circle? Do you have people? What's that support system like for the entrepreneur? Everything that you're doing, the professional slash.
Yeah, let me tell you that I give a big shout out to all of my team, all of the businesses that I have. I couldn't do none of this by myself, and I include my kids. My daughter's on the payroll.
Yes,
wow.
With the book, you know, my oldest daughter manages our Nourish, our lifestyle brand for Quartz, and so, you know, I'm teaching her how to do inventory and how to make sure she got the Excel sheets, you know, things like that set. But yeah, she's on the payroll and she's learning how to invest and things like that. But I mean, the biggest thing as it relates to diverse circle for me, like, it's so important that in all that we do, we have people, a diverse set of group of people. So for me on my team, I have men, women, whatever gender preference you have. I mean, that's something, because the reality is diversity is everything.
Sure.
And so to have diversity of mindset, because I know I can only do so much, and then I know what my limits are. And so it's important to make sure that I have people on the team that actually think differently than I and will disagree with me, have healthy contention. I actually love that.
Right.
I love healthy contention, because that's only going to breed
help you grow.
excellence, right? And so I don't want yes men or women on my team. And I look at it as we're all a team. We're on one page. I'm not the boss. They're like, we all are one team. We're partners. That's how I look at all of my business. All the people that work with me as we're just partners trying to like accomplish our mission.
Sure. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That water, quartz water source.
I love that that oneness and that one accord. Is like, you know, no big eyes and little U's. It's all of us together.
Team.
Me and Hobson has this thing that we talk about team all the time. And it's actually an acronym that says together everyone achieves more. TEAM.
TEAM.
So we got to do it together. And
team, baby.
As you do it together, it's a whole lot easier to carry that burden of being an entrepreneur when you do it together, man.
Yeah.
Also, there with so many things you're doing, and I really believe it's gonna have to end up being a part 2 or part 3 to it. But I'm serious, man, because you have so many elements and slashes to you and commas to you, and it's fun to talk about. And speaking about that circle that we're just speaking of, it's just a pleasure and an honor to be in a circle of guys and gentlemen that really realize the importance of taking care of family, taking care of business, and really seeing the manifestation of your hard work coming to play. And there's another thing that you have, I just got to speak to it because it's one of the pieces that I really love that we talked about off air, where you talked about the Quarles Foundation. This is something that you set up in remembrance of your father, and to help him to let it be known this is what he wanted for you to do. Just speak to us about the Quarles Foundation and what you do for our youth. I want you to go in depth with it, like you went with me earlier. I want you to tell them
that was good.
What's going on, because this is crucial. This is the quintessential example of making dollars while making change.
And it's in the book. So I actually wrote an additional on the re-release. I added more information as it relates to the Quarles Foundation. So the Quarles Foundation was something that my dad told me at a very young age. When I was younger, I was like, I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna be this very successful entrepreneur. I'm gonna make a lot of money. I'm gonna buy you a house and buy you cars and things like that and get you out of the hood. And my dad was like, I don't want any of that stuff. He said, what I want you to do is to start a foundation in my name. So it's the B.R. Quarles, stands for Bill, his real name, and I'm gonna tell it on air. He don't like people knowing that, but it's Billy Raymond Quarles from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Billy Ray
from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And so, so starting, he wanted to start a foundation, and he was like, he was a C student, and it wasn't because he wasn't smart. My dad's very, very smart. My dad actually started working when he was literally picking cotton in Pine Bluff, Arkansas to help his family. He had 11 brothers, 10 siblings, and he had to actually take care of his family. So he couldn't actually do after school sports and things like that. He had to leave. Some days he couldn't go to school because he had to help with the potato farm and all these other things to help.
You need to get him on the show.
My dad's my hero. He's still alive, and I'm so grateful for that. My dad is my best friend. Seriously, my dad is my best friend.
Praise God. And
so he said he wanted to start a foundation. So what we did, we launched on his birthday last year, December 29th. We officially launched the Quarles Foundation, which me and my brother is a part of it, as well as my father and my mom, and then all my girls and all of my, all the grandkids and things like that.
Absolutely.
But we're going to be giving scholarships for high school students, and these scholarships are going to be a little bit different than what most scholarships are, right? So it's not
break it down.
So we're breaking it up in two different phases. 50% of it is going to be a stipend that people that either has aspirations or an idea in high school, they can actually spend the summer working on their idea. So that stipend will help them with kind of just paying bills and being able to eat and things like that while you're figuring out the idea. We're going to also provide them with the wraparound services. So we have partnerships where we're going to help people with business plans, graphic design, marketing, all those things that you need to be successful.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to put that, because the thing is, it's one thing to give somebody money, but if you've never taught them how to fish, they don't know how to do it. So we're going to teach them how to do that. And then on the other side, the 50% of the other is going to be going towards alternative investments, whether it's stocks and bonds, mutual funds, or even cryptocurrency. Because we want to also teach them financial literacy. And we don't talk about that enough in business. We say, we some of us use family and friends, we take out loans and things like that before we even have a business. And so what I want to do is help, and not me, but like our family we want to be able to create sustainable entrepreneurs, and we want to work with them. We're going to be hands-on with all of our people. So we're going to start small. We're not trying to give 100 scholarships out right now, but we are asking and looking for corporate sponsors. So if you are a corporation, you can check us out, quarlesfoundation.com. If you're an individual, you can actually write a check. There's no limit. It can be $1, it can be $1,000 or $1 million. But we ultimately want to create a long-term endowment, something that lives longer than my kids. And this is the what we talk about in making dollars or making change. It's not enough just to make money, but what are you doing to make an impact and leave this world a better place than what you arrived as?
Man.
Absolutely. It's so many people need to hear this, man.
We're not just doing it for yourself, man. You're leaving a legacy, man.
Come on, man.
Because again, that dash is more important. Like nobody cares about when I'm going. Like the world still goes on, but
don't doubt me.
Yeah, don't doubt me. But the reality is, what's going to last and what's going to last forever is what you do, and the reciprocal of it, like the succession that you set up, the people that you've empowered,
successors.
So they'll be able to speak to you and be able to say, I remember when when I heard something on Deeper Than the Cuts. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that matters to me. I care about. Like it's funny. It's this thing I used to always say, and it's so true. And I took this from Tavis Smiley, so I'll make sure I'm not plagiarizing. But he was just saying, when I died, he said, when I die, I want to be remembered like in Montreal, they're jumping in the casket. I want people to lose their mind, because if you are on Earth and you actually pass and nobody remembered you or can speak to you, or like we're missing something, then you were on here for nothing. You were a waste of breath. You are a waste. I mean, just imagine, you know, we're walking again. There's people that are living but not alive. So we got to make sure that we actually leave a legacy that live way beyond our imagination.
That's right.
Having dreams so big that, you know, it won't be accomplished until you actually are gone. But then you won't actually realize it in your lifetime. That's how big it has to be.
That's how Dr. King was.
I was just going to say, Dr. King.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. We were all put here for a specific purpose.
Yeah.
And if we never reach the full potential that God has put into us, then we literally rob the earth of what only we could do.
That's right.
We rob the earth if we don't reach the potential that was put in us by God.
And I don't want to rob God.
I don't know my job. I'm giving them everything I got. Everything I got.
Everything. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Man, you're just an awesome guy, man. That good person, good spirit, and everything, man. It's the type of person I would love to work with outside, you know what I'm saying, of the podcast and everything else that you're doing. Would love to figure out a way.
We about, you know, we're gonna do something.
Oh yeah, we're gonna deep it in the cut.
Can I shout y'all a little bit though?
Man, absolutely.
So let me say this: these brothers right here, and I'm on my live right now. But these two brothers, one thing I love about them is that again, they are quintessential deeper than cuts. Like, so most people think that they're just barbers. These brothers have is about to I don't want to tell the announcement. I don't want to make the announcement.
Hey.
But they got products. they got products. And again, they what I love about them is that they are truly what I want my daughters and what, like, if I had a son, I want my sons to look up to, because y'all are like positive brothers. You know, y'all God-fearing men.
Yes, sir.
And I just enjoy walking into the barbershop to get my therapy appointment where we talk about basketball. We talk about how good God is and in the midst of all of that, and it's respectful. There's no cussing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just that kind of environment. So when I bring my daughters there, I don't got to worry about it, because I know it's a safe environment and it's loving, and we love each other, man. And that's what it's about, man. So I love y'all, and thank y'all so much.
Man,
thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Question, man. It was a no-brainer, man, when me and Halftime sat down to put together these names and people to come on the show. JQ had to be a part of it, man. You know, our conversations is so great, man. And before we leave, I just want you to make sure you hit your brand, man. I see you got this hoodie on here, the Nourish brand. Just give us a quick synopsis of what that is.
Yeah, so Nourish is our lifestyle brand. So some people don't know this, but I love fashion. So I know I do cut and sew. I make some of my clothes, actually.
Man, what don't you do, man?
Come on, slash me.
Now,
you got some rap.
Slash me.
Bars. Can you drop some bars?
Slash me. Not got me.
Slash me. Yeah, keep slashing. I want to keep adding slashes.
Yeah.
But no, I love fashion, and to me, it's a hobby, because I don't really make money from it right now. You know, it's a difference between hobby and a business. And
that's right.
You know, so this is our lifestyle brand in promoting like good and healthy lifestyle. It's Nourish. The N stands for Nourish. The R stands for recreational. Got to keep moving. S stands for self-care, and then the H stands for hydrate, which is the water that we have. Well, we want to promote healthy lives and experiences, because that's the only way that we can be forever. We want to be that hot. We want to be that just that hot white space. We want to be forever.
That's right.
Right. And so I'm happy to go. You can go on our on Quartz website and you can purchase merch. We have hoodies, sweatpants, t-shirts, and things like that. Also check us out. You can actually go to JonathanQuarles.com. You can get the book Making Dollars While Making Change. We are Amazon bestseller,
Let's go.
Barnes and Noble bestseller.
Let's get it,
sir.
And so check it out. Hopefully it can bless you. And yeah, I mean,
I'm getting sad, man, because we almost done. I want more. I have more questions. I want to spend more time with my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. It as we
sounds like a part 2 though,
man.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Real.
Part 2 coming back
for real.
Yeah.
As we wrap this up, though, man. It was something else I wanted to ask you too, man. I done lost my train of thought, man. I'm serious.
It's all right.
Man. You said
deeper
something.
than the surface. You feel me?
Oh my gosh,
it's just so much, Smitty. I know where you at, brother.
What was that other thing? Oh, this what it is. We have a lot of, and we're gonna wrap it up here for real. We have a lot of young, upcoming entrepreneurs that we teach over at Michigan Barber School, and so we have a lot of them that are literally going to enter the entrepreneurship world.
Yeah.
What is a nugget that you would give them with getting ready to become certified in their particular area in barbering? What is the nugget that you would give them to be successful and stay committed to what they're doing to see the success? What are some of the things that you can tell any entrepreneur that will breed success to them?
Wow, that's a lot. But I guess I would say, besides the points that we talked about earlier, like focus, discipline, time management, and controlling your space, the people that are a part of it.
Yeah.
I think a big thing for me that was helpful was having mentors, right?
Yeah.
So I have a personal board of advisors. So I have people that on my personal board advisor that helps me with business, that helps me with financial literacy stuff, that helps me with spiritual guidance. And then some people that just help me with like overall kind of health and wellness.
Yeah.
And those are the people that I consult with just as a regular board. So every month I reach out to them either collectively or individually. And I just have a series of questions that, you know, and then I'm also looking forward to me. I always believe that it has to be a two-way street. I don't really believe in just being transactional and just taking. So for me,
Absolutely.
I'm like, what kind of value can I bring to them?
Absolutely.
And so having the proper mentorship, which y'all, like the two of y'all, like to have people that are coming up and you know, just want to be barbers. But again, who wants to be business people? Because I don't look at y'all as barbers.
That's right.
Although y'all are
That's
amazing
right.
barbers,
Right.
but y'all are businessmen.
It's deeper than the cut.
Yeah,
Keep it in the cut.
yeah.
Keep it in the
Let's figure out how we all own the whole supply chain. Let's talk about collective economics.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about that in the book also.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's what I was saying.
That's
Wow.
what's up.
That's big, man. And that's where I'm at. You know, I'm big on relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I'm big on the company I keep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like myself and Smitty, we got over 40 years together.
Yeah.
Working together, man. And experience, right? And outside of that, Q, is this, man, Flintstone, is that I look to glean from my brother. Like a lot of times his structure and who he is, his personality and everything.
Vice versa.
You know what I mean? It sharpens you. It's like a mirror. Like the people that you're around, if you can't see yourself in it and see like the imperfections and see there's a need to change, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Like the people that you are around, they make an influence on you either way.
Yep.
It's either a positive right impact or a negative impact. And if it's not a positive impact, then you might have to cut that boy away or that young lady you like. You know, somebody.
I talk about that in the book, in the re-release, actually copy, about the importance of partnerships. And who you partner up with is so important, right? Whether that's personal or professional. And I have a lived experience for both personal and professional. How when you're not partnering with the right person, it can really it cannot cause you to. It will cause you not to reach your ultimate destiny that God has for you. And so the people that's in your circle is so important to make sure you have a good group of folks that are helping to elevate your highest self.
Yeah.
Right. Who's promoting? Who's telling you things? I have somebody that told me, you know, I care about your 70-year-old self.
Yeah.
70.
And
it hit me afterwards. I was just like, why do you care about that? It's like, because the way you live your life now is how you're 70. I want you to, I don't want to have to be able to like pick up after you and have to, you know, I want you to be 70 and be able to be in good health.
Mobile.
And so people that care about my future self, to me, those are people that's on my team. And if you're not, like, I purged a lot of people during the pandemic and I love it. I feel good. Only good people like y'all, good energy folks. And then people that really are doing stuff that inspires me. That's the only people that's in my circle, and I encourage everyone. Particular.
That's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. That's big, man. That's
Shoot.
big. And I'm done, but I just gotta say that was huge. Like I tell my students a lot of times that if you're not willing to sacrifice who you are right now, right?
Yep.
And so that you can become the you in the future, then you're doing something wrong. You have to be able and be willing right now in these times, the discipline, be willing to give up who you are right now to become that 70-year-old man.
Yep.
It has to start now.
Yeah.
Not later.
Yeah.
Not a New Year resolution, but a right now resolution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right
That's
now.
it. And as we begin to wrap this up, I'm here to tell y'all it's important that you get the right circle around you. You gotta have the right people. I'm telling you, who you have around you will decide who you will become. If you're around 9 thieves, I can guarantee you're gonna be the 10th one. But if you're around 9 successful people, you'll be the 10th successful person. We're signing out here Deeper Than the Cut. We ask that you go on to all our social media platforms, on YouTube in particular. We want you to go to Deeper Than the Cut podcast, subscribe, smash that like button.
Hit that button.
I'm telling y'all, we need y'all to leave some comments. Tell JQ what you think about the things that he said today. We will respond and answer back. We got Instagram, DTech Podcast.
Yeah.
We got Facebook, Deeper Than the Cut Podcast. We want you to go on to Spotify, YouTube, Apple. Man. I'm telling y'all, wherever you need to go. And where do you listen to this at? If you're on your way into work, off work, if you're on your way at the house, in your meditation time, your chill time, this is motivation speaking for you, the entrepreneur. It will help you, it will grow you, and it will enlarge you. Deeper Than the Cut. And we are in the building. Don't forget to sign on. We look forward to you guys coming in.
And you might be hurting, but
Said not helpless.
it's deeper than the cut.
Deeper than the cut, baby.
Yes, sir.
It's Bush Fix on the beats.
Deeper. Yeah. If you survive and can see through the pain, it gets deeper.
Purchase your tracks today.
If you can shine through the guilt and the shame, it gets deeper. It only takes one moment to change. You might be hurting, but you still ain't helpless. And the revelation carries way more than the message. It's more to that lineup, it's the mind behind son. Over your mind, you realize
Yeah.
You might be hurting, but you're not helpless.
But you're not helpless. It's deeper than the cut.
Help is on the way.
Yeah.
peace is nice, bleeds it's like Chinese daggers on peas and rice. Righteous, you see my sight whenever I